Hi, I'm Rick Safia. I'm with Sparta Polymers. I'm here today to talk to you about recycling. You know, plastic, it seems like it's in every walk of our business anymore. Simple as a water bottle. You don't realize it. We used to think that the labels were paper. They're even plastic now. What we do, like many other companies, we've learned a way and methods to totally recycle this plastic. You know, I've been working on this thing when the Gulf and all the oil crisis down there, and you know, you don't realize, you see how much that oil is of that ocean, and we're all horrified on it. And you know, that's just a tough situation that we got to pull together to try and help solve. In China, they throw away bottles like this in the ocean. And what they've now discovered, I think it's about the size of Texas, is how much plastic they got floating. That's why recycling is so critical to us. We're going to show you today how we do recycling to give you a better feel of what can be done. We think there's a way that we can take even the crisis in the Gulf and convert that into something good. So let's go through the plan. It's a little loud, but I think you'll get a gist of what we're trying to do. Thanks. Okay, this is our first stop. Remember the label I showed you? How do we convert that? The first thing we do is we put it into a process that mixes it up, and it actually it looks like this. What these are actual material of the label that's kind of all scrunched together so it can be movable. We then take that and mix it with other materials like this, and we put it in these blenders. What the blenders do is mix a mix together that we can then compound into a pellet. What a pellet's used for is molding parts. You're going to see that whole process today. It's really kind of cool how this thing works. Okay, this is really a cool process. All those materials that you just saw that we mixed together, we drop into this extruder. All an extruder is a way to heat up. So it heats the plastic up, and it's coming through a die. As it comes through that die, it goes down a water bath, and then what you're going to see is we go ahead and we pelletize it at the end. All right, as you can see, pelletizing, what it's doing is putting this material into a little pellet that they can then mold with. Okay, so remember the label. We took the label. The term is called densify, where you scrunch it up. From there, we put it through that mixing unit and then dropped it into an extruder, which heats it up. And then these pellets right here is what a molder would do to make parts. And that'll be our next stop to show you how parts are actually made using these materials. It's really much like making a cake. You put different materials in and you blend it and then you heat it up. Okay, there's green pellets that you saw at the other plant. We just molded a 30-gallon container, and it's getting picked up and dropped out of there. The way this machine works is an injection molding machine. Basically, you're dropping the pellets, which we call, into an extruder. In a sense, it's heating them up, reciprocating, and shooting that material into this mold. And that mold is then what makes that configuration. Could be trash cans, could be pallets, could be anything. It's just taking that plastic and heating it up. All right, this product here is a plastic pallet that we make with a 2,500-ton press. All 100% recycled plastic, the same kind of materials that you've seen all day. As you can see, the part comes out, and then within 30 seconds we're making the next one. I think you've had an opportunity today to see a recycling plant, how it operates to some degree. As we move to the Gulf and the oil mess there, here's an idea that we have kind of presented. The booms are full of actually a plastic that absorb oil, but they don't absorb water. Those same booms are full of oil. What we want to do is take that material and purchase it. Take the oil out, give the oil back to BP, and then take the boom material, the plastic, and reprocess it just like you saw today. That's a capability. Sparta Polymers is kind of a high-tech company. That's the kind of stuff we do. It really isn't as difficult as it sounds once you've dealt with it as long as we have. But I think what it could do for us is society is you take an awful situation and reuse all those materials and give them back to help fund some of this relief. So that's the plan here, and I think you've been able to see the different process that we're doing and how you can take what doesn't even look like plastic, but actual plastic, and to reuse it again. All the parts behind me are made out of recycled plastic, as you saw again today. Now the other idea is, what about the booms? And the booms are what float on the water to absorb the oil. What about those that are full of like straw or chicken feathers or something like that? Well, on those, what we would do is we have equipment that would make them into a log that we could actually use with plastic in them as a fuel pellet. Again, putting it right back into the environment. So good luck, and hopefully we'll get a chance to show you what we can do. Thanks.